The scars of the 2008 attacks on foreigners are still felt strongly in South Africa today.
There's the stabbing for knife.
And for Somali shopkeeper Quran Ibrahim Mursal, it's a continuing nightmare.
Right now I'm feeling very badly because every year I used to get the xenophobia. I don't have something to go back, even if I want to go my country, and I don't have something to stay in if I'm staying in this country.
When he was targeted 2 years ago, he decided to stay, but after this fresh wave of attacks, this is all he has left. It would cost him $7,000 to refit his shop, but he tells me he doesn't even have enough for a cup of tea. Foreigners like Quran are being targeted by people who believe they're stealing away jobs from South African nationals. The warning started during the World Cup, with threats that the attacks would start again once the tournament and the temporary work it provided was over. RHODA MAINA's husband and her 2 children fled to Zimbabwe last week in fear. She stayed on to keep her job.
It's very difficult. I'm scared every day and every hour. I'm scared, but nothing I can do.
It has driven nearly 1,000 people out of their homes. Western Cape was hit first, and there have been clashes in the townships around the financial capital, Johannesburg, this week. But so far, it's nowhere near the countrywide violence of 2 years ago, when more than 60 people were killed. Back then, the government was criticised for a lack of response. Now local community leaders and police are fighting to tell people that this time there's nothing to worry about.
Definitely, they could just go back to their homes are safe, and then we, the police, were all over.
A new initiative in the Dunoon township aims to involve the people here in keeping the streets safe. The police are out in force, and they say those returning will be secure in their homes. But those promises aren't enough for some. After the World Cup, about 180 foreigners fled here to this hideaway in the woods, supported by the government. About 50 of them remain, and they say that they're too scared to go home, and many of them have nowhere to go to. So they wait and wonder where the government might help them travel next. Some the victims of very real violence, but most just living in fear of a place that doesn't feel like home anymore. Rosie Garthwaite, Al Jazeera, Cape Town.